Hello everyone, I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is a Dragonheir Silent Gods video. Today we're gonna have a look at the Flame Domain, guys. I'm gonna give you the recipe to defeat this boss. Now there are a couple of tricks that you kind of like need to know when we are talking about this specific dungeon. Out of all the domains, I feel like the Flame one is the hardest because of how the boss works, the HP burn detonation, which can be pretty damn nasty, you know. So we're gonna take on this dungeon. The heroes that I have available, guys, might not be the most free-to-play friendly because I'm not gonna use only rares as I don't really have them leveled up or built at the moment, so it's not really gonna work out that great. Now, a couple of things that you need to know when we are talking about the Flame Domain is that you need to have either a cleanser, either a block debuff. It's gonna be pretty helpful, but it's not mandatory, okay? It's definitely not mandatory to have that on, and we're gonna use Tia. She brings block debuffs, and that's actually pretty good. Debuff immunity. Then, of course, we have different cleansers. I have Gulende, cleanses all the debuffs and decrease attack, which is gonna be massive. You do have Anna available. We can try her too. I cannot do stage 5 with her because I'm breaking my elemental affinity bonus, so it's not gonna be great. But you can definitely use her on stage 5 too. Absolutely not a problem whatsoever. And there are plenty of different heroes that can do it. You know, you can always check what heroes you have available, go on the filter and see. You want to see debuff immunity. Okay, so we have 2 of them that are available with Estella. If no, you can always go to the tier list and just check cleansers. I don't have all the cleansers on the tier list yet, guys. I'm working on a ability thing with Stewie to kind of like organize it to make it nice here. So it's gonna take me a few weeks, a couple of weeks, because I'll be going away next week, so I won't have time to get it sorted before. But after, I want to put all the skills, the debuffs, everything that every hero does basically, so you can sort it based on that too. But this will give you an idea. You're gonna find this pinned in the comment, guys. That being said, we're gonna try a few different combinations of teams in here. First, we're gonna do stage 3 as an idea. Let's just say the majority of you guys will be around stage 3 or 4. Now, I am overpowering it a bit because I have some heroes at level 90. Keep in mind, you don't really need a tank in here. If you have Horus, yes, it's great. I'm not using him. But if you have him, he's great to put the decreased attack. Basically, that's the main thing that you kind of need. And somebody to help you with the waves, either to survive, either to crowd control them. But I have my Traveler on Lightning Element, which will give me crowd control. Stun will give me attack speed up and blind, so that's going to be helpful. Plus, I'm going to get to deal a bit of damage with the Traveler as well. We have Anna for the cleanse and a bit of healing. Then we have Tia for block debuffs. She won't be doing that much other than that, honestly, when we are talking about her. And the builds are not crazy. I have no legendary gear on anyone, guys. And we're going to do stage 5 as well. I'm just going to have to slightly change a bit the team because I need to get my elemental affinity bonus on. At the moment, I don't have it on, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, you could potentially use Fitz as well. He basically takes all the debuffs from your team and puts them on himself. Then with the battle skill, he cleanses. The problem with him is he's a melee hero. So if you have a tank that goes at the boss, they're going to be in close proximity. Positioning is very important. You need to keep at least 1 tile distance from hero to hero, because when you're gonna have the HP burn on your team and the boss detonates, it will create splash damage that kind of like goes from hero to hero, you know, and that will literally kill your team. So positioning your heroes will be very important. If you have melee, they're always gonna move one tile ahead to go at the boss. So just make sure you're kind of like positioning them in the right way. You can do it like that as well if you like. Of course, doesn't really matter as long as you have 1 tile gap in between them. Positioning is very important in Dragonheir Silent Gods, guys. That's why I definitely prefer having this grid battle system over just chucking your champions in there and let them do whatever, you know. I'm gonna buff an increased attack because that's gonna be pretty helpful, just to get enough damage on the boss. You know what? Let's actually take Tia out of there. Let's take her out, and we're gonna bring Arena. She's not even built, but we're gonna give it a go like this. Now I'm gonna use Erich, guys. He's a legendary that everyone will get, so you just gotta play the game. If you haven't got him yet, probably you're gonna get him in the next couple of days. And I'm using him because he's ranged hero. I don't want to get another melee hero to go at the boss, and I need another damage dealer to help me out in here, you know. So we're gonna go with this combination. We do have an elemental affinity now for my lightning team rather than for the necrosis and the burn one, but let's go in and see if we're gonna manage to get this done, you know. Arena level 30, she should be fine like this. Okay, as long as we're not losing Questa, we're more than fine. Like this, I'm not completely overpowering it either, you know. I do have a Erich at level 84, but honestly, he's not that insane as a DPS champion for this specific game mode. Plus, he has damage reduction, 30%, and of course, he has he's doing less damage to by 30%, and he's getting more damage by 30%. I'm getting confused here, guys, but that's what's happening with the same elements if you're running that, you know. And seems like they went for my Irina there. Okay, so we're at the boss now. You see how positioning is important? Questa is gonna move ahead in front, and right now everybody is in at least one tile distance from each other. So when the boss will put the HP burn in just a second right now, when she detonates the damage, we're not gonna get completely obliterated anymore. Now I don't have decreased attack on the boss, seems like we just got it. And we're still alive. Even my Irina, she's still alive at level 30, guys, you see? Positioning is gonna be very important, how I mentioned. So maybe the cleanse is gonna be spot on this time around, or we might not get it in time. I feel like I need a bit of healing of some sort in here. Okay, we might lose some right now. So we lost Erich as well. We lost Irina, but that's fine. This is gonna be an easy peasy from here on. Questa is gonna melt the boss. But you see, Erich, he wasn't that helpful, you know. He wasn't that helpful because he is fire affinity. Fire against fire doesn't play well. And we got the victory. It's basically to follow the recipe, guys. You know, follow the recipe and you're gonna get here without a problem. Now let's just move over to stage 5. I'm gonna show you the team that I'm using on stage 5 because that's gonna be a bit more interesting. And let's go right there. Again, pretty much the same recipe. Instead of using Questa, we're gonna bring him in, and it's gonna be the same sort of positioning. We're gonna bring her in. Instead of Erich, we're gonna bring Voresh. He's gonna do the AoE damage. It's gonna be pretty helpful. And just to get elemental affinity bonus, I'm actually gonna bring in Gulende. Like that, I'm gonna get back my elemental affinity bonus. I'm gonna get more decreased attack, and we're gonna be ready to rumble. We still have that increased attack on, and this will be stage 5, guys. Now, if we are putting the heroes in close proximity, I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen after. After this run, we're gonna try that. And when you get at the boss and the HP burn is placed on you and it detonates, it's gonna kill your team. It's gonna kill all your team, which is so freaking crazy. It's a bit slower to kill the waves like this because I wish I would get some nasty AoE range DPS from the frost element or from the necrosis, you know. Just some of them that are really solid, so I could use them instead of Voresh in here, you know. So you could argue it and say that you don't really need block debuffs or cleanse, and you just need very good support in terms of healing, shielding. That might keep you alive, you know, and you don't need the cleanse or block debuffs. But unfortunately, I don't have that many crazy healers available on the account at the moment that are leveled up, you know. I'll be definitely doing different guides as well in the future with different teams, guys, just to kind of like show you different strategies, different ideas. And I'm gonna be doing the other 2 domains as well. I feel like the other ones are not as hard as this. And even this one is not hard, honestly. Once you know what mechanics to kind of like follow, it's really not, it's not hard, you know. But here we go. Nice. So what are the boss? Stage 5, 3 minutes left. The main thing that we're gonna need is to have some damage. You see Voresh is at the top with 45%. And he's not really a damage dealer. He's more of a support, but he deals pretty good damage, you know. Okay, look at all the poison that we have on the stacks, on the tank. My tank almost died. My tank almost died, but you know what? It still managed to keep it on, and hopefully he's gonna get to heal back a bit. Because it's gonna take a while for my clans and block debuffs to be spot on, you know? And we want to make sure we have that increased attack as well. Look at that clans. Beautiful. Perfect timing. And block debuffs now. So the boss, bang, is not able to do nothing now. That clans actually came in handy because we would have had a chance to lose our tank. Again, 6 stacks on. Gotta make sure that decreased attack stays on. Okay, ultimate energy, nice. And again, this is kind of like the typical main strategy that you would want to use. Block debuffs, clans, one or the other, and you're gonna succeed without a problem. Sometimes it's annoying because they just don't time right. They just use the skills at the wrong moment, straight after the boss detonated, because he's a bit too slow, or she might put block debuffs after the HP burn stacks were added on. So that can be pretty annoying, you know. But so far we're looking pretty good, right? Like, we melted the boss. The main thing that I would like to improve here is to make this faster by bringing in a better damage dealer to assist me. You see, right now we have the stack. Check the damage out. We still have decreased attack. And barely any damage. And that's mainly because of the positioning, you know. And come on. Kill this boss once and forever. Okay, I was gonna say the boss is gonna put a stack on us in a second. That at the beginning was pretty crazy because Frorbart had like what? 8 stacks of burn? Really nasty. Of course, the more stacks they pile on you, the bigger the damage as well, you know? Because the boss does this. Deals fire damage to all enemies, triggering and consuming all burns immediately. And are we there yet? Are we there yet? We do have an event as well, guys, to farm the domains. So definitely the best time to do it, you know. Plus you can rank your heroes to 5 stars now. So that's how it went. 3 minutes and 46 is the best time. 4 minutes for this run. If we're gonna redeploy it, for example, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna put the heroes in close proximity. Check this out, okay? And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring in a different damage dealer here. We're gonna do this. So we're gonna bring in a different damage dealer just to get at the boss faster. So let's do that. Let's do that. Anyway, they're gonna be in close proximity because Trollgar is gonna be next to the tank, you know. The faster we kill the waves, the better. And now when the HP burn is gonna detonate, it's gonna be game over. It's gonna be game over. You can manual and time the skills if you want, you know, but I'm not such a big fan of that, you know. I'm not such a big fan of that. I feel like all these idle games in the last few years, man, they made us lazier. At least for me, you know, they definitely made me lazier. I just want to use multi-battles and just try to do everything on auto rather than have manual teams and stuff, you know. Maybe it's just me, but let me know in the comments down below if you guys kind of like feel the same, you know. There we go. So we're definitely getting much faster to the boss now. Okay, Trollgar doing pretty good damage. Just be ready to be surprised. But probably you've noticed this. Like in the beta was exactly the same. In the beta was exactly the same. Okay, so they're all in close proximity. The 2 front melee heroes, they have a one tile distance from each other, if I'm seeing it correctly. But the other ones at the back should be dead meat. If we're not getting a cleanse, yeah. There you go, you see the difference? And we haven't done nothing different. The main thing is the heroes were in close proximity, and that's how the splash damage works. And this is not just in this particular content, it's mainly in most of the dungeons, guys, you know? So keep that in mind when you are doing it. Make sure the positioning has a 1 tile gap, and the stats that I have on my heroes are not crazy because I don't have legendary gear on any of them yet, how I mentioned. You can see the total stats right here. I'm not gonna read them out and stuff, but you can have a quick look. Voresh, build for damage. My Traveler, you see there's defense, HP is not very high, you know. I think we use him or we wanted to use him, I can't even remember. But I'm gonna show you most of the heroes. We definitely use her. I'm a big fan of Quest, actually. And Irina, I just chucked some gear on her before, just to be able to use her, you know. And yeah, guys, that was the guide for the Flame domain. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. Let me know what team you're using. You have a different strategy on how you're approaching this. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.